Hello and welcome to a general favourites video. I came down with tonsillitis on Thursday. Today is Monday. So while I am definitely feeling better, I feel somewhat throaty and potentially you can hear that as well. So apologies for that one. But I thought today would be a nice day to share a general favourites video with you. One of my favourite YouTubers is Christine, who uses many of the letters of her name repeatedly, so I'll put them on the screen. And her general favourites videos are some of my favourite ever videos to watch, so I thought maybe today would be a good idea to do the same thing. The first thing I'm looking at in the viewfinder is this necklace, which is by Shady Gifts, and is by far the most complimented piece of clothing that I've ever worn. It's gorgeous. It's a pair of boobs, in case you haven't noticed. It's been very confusing because people have said to me, oh my goodness, I love your boobs. I haven't realised that I was wearing the necklace, but it's really well made. It's proper silver, and it was my birthday present that I have not taken off pretty much since then, bar the odd work scenario where I thought maybe I'll take it off for today. But yeah, it's lovely. I really recommend it, and the whole shop's got really cool references within it, so it might be your cup of tea as well. The second favourite that I wanted to talk to you about is, and hopefully you can see it properly, I'll put in a little clip hopefully for you to see, is my macrame wall hanging, which is meant to be a really big size so you can use it as a headboard, which is exactly what I have done with it. It was made by an Etsy shop called Walnuts. I'm not entirely sure if they have their own specific online shop, but I found them through Etsy and I think it is beautiful. People seem to love it. When I've put it online, I've had so many messages of people saying, oh my god, that looks amazing, and obviously I've had to reply, I completely agree, I love it. I have been thinking about maybe doing, once I've got some of my prints hung up, a more dedicated room tour. I have got something saved on my Instagram stories if you do want to have a look, but I have made some changes since then, and I'm sure there will be more by the time I come around to filming. So yeah, like I say, once I've got some prints up that I'm really excited about, then I think I'll do a room tour then, so let me know if you're interested. Next up is a cookbook. This is Happy Food by Bettina Campolucci Bordi. No idea if I said that correctly. I haven't heard people talk about this one, but I am completely at a loss as to why, because it is so beautiful, it's ridiculous. Love the orange pages, also it's gorgeously shot on the inside. Interesting and delicious recipes. I think, especially, I'm vegan, this is entirely vegan, and I think vegan recipes can sometimes get very samey, but there were plenty in here that I hadn't seen elsewhere, and I like that they're accessible, extremely tasty, and there's not too many really niche ingredients that are hard to find or that you would purchase for literally one recipe and then be unable to put in anything else. I really liked, she's got a curry recipe that is so tasty, completely delicious, and really enjoyed that one. There's also a shakshuka recipe that I did that was really good, so yeah, really recommend. I think she needs way more props. So my cardigan is another favourite I had to share. Again, cutaway, future me don't forget. This is from Vinyl Underground Vintage, or VU Vintage, which one of my best friends has been working with, and it has been a nightmare because the amazing pieces that she's been showing us have been just incredible across the board. I really like this. I have worn it a lot recently. It's got really nice pockets, and it was the kind of style that I didn't know that I was looking for until I found it. I just knew that I wanted some kind of cardigan, just something to keep me warm that wasn't my massive grey hoodie that I've been wearing on repeat. And definitely check out VA Vintage's line because it's really cool, it's really lovely. I have a Netflix favourite for you. So sometimes I fall down rabbit holes of certain subjects that I just can't get enough of and just want to research until my eyes fall out. And one of them, which happened when the scandal kind of broke, was actually about doping and cycling. I don't know why I found it as all encompassing as I did, but I'd kind of forgotten that that was something that I had researched my life out of until Icarus popped up on my Netflix. It is a documentary that starts out with the filmmaker, I think his name's Brian, I can't remember his surname, sorry Brian. He starts with him doing a cycle competition in France. So my understanding of it was kind of like a Tour de France sort of feel, but not for professional riders. And he wanted to see what a doping regime looked like and how it would impact his performance. And through the process he met with one of the really senior, in fact I think he's the head of the Russian or the World Anti-Doping Association in Russia, something like that. But I just thought it was excellent, really engrossing kind of story, really well told, and I just thought it was really fascinating. Yeah, I just think they did such an impressive job of telling the story really well. I also really enjoyed 20 Steps from Stardom, I believe that's what it's called, which is another documentary, this time about backing singers. I believe it won an Oscar, and it was just so enjoyable, you have no idea. Really interesting sort of thing to think about, and it's changed how I listen to music because of how I pay attention to when there are backing vocals that I didn't ever before. And yeah, I just feel like the people that they met were just really kind of heartwarming, and really talented. So again, another good documentary if you're in a bit of a documentary binge like I am at the moment. I think you'll really enjoy that one. I have a slightly unusual other favourite, which is my tattoo. I got it in September of last year in Ireland. I got to go away with my cousins, my aunt and my grandmama, who I don't call grandmama, she's my nanny, but anyway. And that was really lovely. So we decided we were going to get a group tattoo of some coordinates that meant a lot to our family. My grandmother seemed to cope with it very well. My dad has coped terribly, but I think he's just got used to it. And yeah, I just really liked it. I think it was quite lovely having something kind of abstract. I like that it was letters as opposed to a picture for kind of my first tattoo. I have some thoughts on what I would like my next one to be. I also have been thinking about wanting to get a shell for the longest time, so potentially that will be a thing that I do as well. My final fashion pick, I'm not usually one for buying clothes, but I'm really happy with what I found recently, is these boots. Absolutely love them. They're from Grenson and they are the most expensive thing that I can remember buying myself. They are vegan, but they've been made really well. I am going to pop them down, bear with. They've been made really well, rather than feeling very plasticky. They created a really good material that was still breathable, movable. It's also biodegradable, which is quite a big issue that I've had with vegan shoes and has meant that I've only really been buying second hand before now, because plastic, obviously it can have a benefit on the animal side of things, slash is a huge benefit to animals, but in terms of its afterlife, it's always going to be problematic. So I really admired how well they have been made. So yeah, really big fan. It's lovely to support someone or a company that's local, and I just think they're really cool. Lots of celebrities seem to like them as well, but most importantly, I really love them. And yeah, I've been enjoying wearing them ever since. So the last thing I wanted to talk to you about before I let you go is a song called Sleepless in Berlin by AK, who was an artist that I had not heard of before. It came up in my Discover Weekly playlist on Spotify. I just really enjoyed it. It's one of those songs where I'm like, I wish it was a bit longer because I love it so much. But I thought it was really cool. It's kind of got a little bit of the 80s sort of vibe that I'm never going to get bored of. If anything sounds remotely like either the Drive soundtrack or the Blade Runner soundtrack slash Cynthia in general, chances are I'm going to be here for it. But I every month put a playlist together of what I've been listening to, as well as I've got a year playlist for when I just want to blast like a huge range of songs. So if you are interested, I will link to my March playlist in the description box of this video. I think that's everything. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you're all doing well. I'm excited to leave the house again, which I'm hoping will be the case tomorrow. But let me know how you are doing. Apologies if this was really rusty. Apologies for apologising. We shouldn't be apologising for things that we haven't done wrong. But thank you so much and take care.